So today I'm going to start the how to write the assembly language program for the multiplication purpose and division purpose. We all know that because of the limitation of number of instructions in 8085, we don't have any direct instruction by which we are able to do multiplication of two numbers or division in between two numbers. And that is why whenever it is in requirement that you have to find out the multiplication of two numbers or the division of in between two numbers, then for that particular purpose, we have to write a program. But before we are going to discuss what is the program for the multiplication or what is the program for the division, for doing this multiplication and division, we are in requirement of certain kind of additional instructions, which we have already discussed in the form of a advanced instruction. But for the purpose of understanding, I'm going to discuss those instructions which will be used for writing the program for multiplication and division. Now, the first instruction which is used, most commonly used for the multiplication purpose, is the double register addition instruction. This double register addition instruction is the mnemonics of that instruction is DAD, and the format of writing DAD is DAD-RP. And the purpose of using this instruction is to add the register pair to the HL pair, meaning thereby this instruction is going to add two 16-bit numbers which are available in HL pair and the other register pairs, meaning thereby the RP stands for register pair, where RP can be a BC pair, it can be a DE pair, it can be a HL pair, or it can be a stack pointer. So this DAD-RP is going to add the register pair with the HL pair content, meaning thereby we are able to add two 16-bit numbers which are available in two register pairs, and by doing this we are able to add two 16-bit numbers. This DAD-RP is a 1-byte instruction, and it used to take only one memory location for storing the DAD instruction. And it adds the content of operand. Operand means this RP. It adds the content of operand to the content of HL pair. Means the register pair content will be added with the content of HL pair. And after the addition, the result will be stored in the HL pair. Now, this by the use of this DAD instruction, the carry flag is going to change depending upon the result which we have obtained, and it used to reflect the result of the 16-bit addition. And besides that, no other flags are going to be affected. So this is the use of DAD instruction. The other instruction which will be used is the store HL pair direct instruction. The purpose of the mnemonics code for this is SHLD, and the format of writing the HL pair directly into a particular memory location is the SHLD 16-bit address. SHLD 16-bit address is going to store the content of the HL pair to the memory location. Now, since HL pair is a 16-bit register, so it contains two 8-bit numbers. And these two 8-bit numbers which are available in L register as well as in H register, these numbers will be stored in memory location. And we know that memory location, any memory location can be, it is able to store only 8-bit numbers. So it means if we want to store the content of HL pair, we are in requirement of 2 memory locations. So this instruction is a 3-byte instruction where second byte and the third byte specifies the memory location where we want to store the content of HL pair. So what it does, it first transfers the content of L register to the specified memory location, and then it transfers the content of H register to the next memory location. So for example, if it is written SHLD 8500, so it means 8500 is the second and the third byte, which is specifying the memory location 8500. So what it will do, it will first transfer the content of L register to the specified memory location, meaning thereby L register content will be copied at 8500 and the content of H register will be stored in the 8501, which is the next memory location. Now the counterpart of SHLD is LHLD, which is used to load the HL pair content by the 2 consecutive memory locations. So whenever it comes, I will explain that also. Now directly coming to the multiplication program. Now for the understanding of multiplication program, we have to go into the basics and forget that we know manually, we know the multiplication. Suppose there is a person who does not know how to multiply 4 into 6, but he knows the other way to find out the multiplication of 4 into 6. So what we do, if we don't know how to multiply 4 by 6, then what we'll do, if we add 4 6 successive times, then we are able to get the result that will be equal to the multiplication of 6 by 4. Either we add 4 6 times or we add 6 4 times, we will get the same result. So with this concept, because we know that microprocessor is unable to perform any multiplication because there is no instruction by which it can do. So what we will do, we have to follow a method, another method by which the result of successive addition will be able to get the multiplication of 2 numbers. So let us first, before going to explain the program, let us first discuss the flow chart. Now we know that multiplication, while doing multiplication, there are 2 entities which are involved because it is a binary operation. And these binary operations have at least 2 entities. Now the 2 entities which are used in multiplication, one is called multiplier and another is called multiplicand. The meaning of multiplier is by which we have to multiply, and the multiplicand is the number which is to be multiplied. Meaning thereby, if we want to multiply 4 by 6, so 4 will be the multiplicand and 6 will be the multiplier, or 6 will be the multiplicand or 4 will be the multiplier. So there are 2 entities, one is called multiplier and another is called multiplicand. So before we write the program, while drawing the flowchart, it is must that you have to start with the beginning and to know that what is the value of multiplier and what is the value of multiplicand. Once we are able to get the value of multiplier as well as the value of multiplicand, then we have to know that after doing multiplication by successive addition, where the result will be stored. So we will be initializing some registers in which which will be is going to store the result. So in the very beginning, when we have not started the multiplication or successive addition, we have to initialize that particular register by 00, because we don't know what is the, so before we going to start the multiplying the multiplicand by the multiplier, it is necessary to initialize the register in which we are going to store the result. So once the result is initialized by 00, what we try to do, we do result is equal to result plus multiplicand. Suppose the multiplicand is 606 and the result is multiplier, result is initialized with 00. So with the new value of the result will be 00 plus 06, and the next new result will become 06, because we know when we add 00 with 06, the result will be 06. So finally the result will become 06. And then we decrement the multiplier. Now try to understand the problem. We have the multiplicand as 6 and suppose multiplier is 4. So what we have to do, we have to add 6 4 times. Once we are going to add 6 4 times, the result we will be getting will be equal to 6 into 4. But before we do this, we have to do all this process in a sequence. First of all, 6 will be added with 0, means the resultant will be 6. Then 6 will be added with another 6, so the result will be 12. Then 12 will be added with 6, so result will be 18. And then 18 will be added with 6 to get 24. So the way it is, the same way we are going to multiply. So what we do, first of all, we initialize the result with the multiplicand value, and then we are going to decrement the multiplier. Since 6 has to be added 4 times, one time if it is added, so it will become 6. 2 times it is added, 6 plus 6. 3 times it is added, 6 plus 6 plus 6. 4 times it is added, 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. So initially we initialize the result with multiplicand, and then so once we are able to add the multiplicand one time, we decrement the multiplier. Suppose the multiplicand is 6 and multiplier is 4. So when the multiplier is 4 and multiplicand is 6, result will be 6 in the very beginning, and then we decrement the multiplier. The multiplier was 4. When we decrement the multiplier will become 3. Now we check whether the multiplier has become 0. No, in this case it is not, since the multiplier is 3 here, so it is not equal to 0. If it is not equal to 0, it will go back, and once it will go back, it will try to add result is equal to result plus multiplicand. Now the result, new result was 06 and the multiplicand is 06. So 06 plus 06, so the new result will become 12. Now again, we are going to decrement the multiplier. Now the multiplier was previously 3, it will become 2. Now 2 is not equal to 0. So if it is not 0, then it will go back. And then it will do result is equal to result plus multiplicand. Now here the result is now 12. Now it is added with 6. So it will be, new result will become 18. New result will become 18 and the decrement the multiplier. When we decrement the multiplier value will become 1. The multiplier value will become 1. It is not equal to 0. It will go back. And then it will result is equal to result plus multiplicand. Result is 18 plus 6. It will become 24. Multiplier was previously 1. Now it is decremented, so it will become 0. So since the multiplier has become 0, we will store the result and then end the program. So in this fashion, we are able to do the multiplication. Now this is the flow chart. Now let us understand what is the program for this multiplication. First of all, we have to get the value of multiplier. Suppose the multiplier is in 8-bit number, and this 8-bit number is stored in the C register. So C register contains now the multiplier. Now we have to get the multiplicand. Now for the purpose of safety and security, what we have done, I have taken multiplicand as a 16-bit number. It may be 8-bit number, it may be 16-bit number, but anyhow we have to represent the multiplicand in the form of a 16-bit number. Suppose the multiplier was 4, so we have stored 04, 8-bit means 04 into C register, and the multiplicand was 6, but we want to represent the multiplicand in the 16-bit form, and the multiplicand is 06. Since we want to represent the multiplicand in 16-bit form, so what we will do, we will represent it by 0006. So it means 0006 will be stored in the DE pair register. DE pair register, when we say, and we store 16-bit number, and that number is suppose 0006. So what will happen? D register will contain 00 and E register will contain 06. So by using these two instructions, we are able to know what is multiplier and what is the multiplicand. Multiplier is in C register and multiplicand is in DE pair register. Then what we are going to do, the result is 600. We have to initialize the result. And for storing the result, I have used HL pair register. And HL pair register is initialized with 0000. Why we are working with 16-bit number? The reason is when we multiply an 8-bit number with an 8-bit number, it is not necessary the result will be 8-bit only. The possibility is that when we multiply two 8-bit numbers, the possibility is the resultant may be a 16-bit number. So for the safety point of view, what I have done, initialize the multiplicand value, represented the multiplicand value in a 16-bit form, as well as the result where we are going to store after successive addition is also initialized in the HL pair. So meaning thereby we are using two register pairs, DE pair for multiplicand and HL pair for the result. Now we have to do result is equal to result plus multiplicand. Now result is represented by HL pair and multiplicand is being represented by D pair. So we can use an instruction which is just discussed before this program for the multiplication. DAD instruction can be used for this purpose, and we can use the instruction DADD. The purpose of DADD is to add the content of D pair, which is the multiplicand, with the content of HL pair, which is the result, and store the result in the HL pair. So HL pair contains the result and D pair contains the multiplicand. So DADD will be going to add 0000 with 0006. And the result will be stored in HL pair, and that HL pair will be having 0006. Now then we have to decrement the multiplier. Multiplier is in the C register. So what we will doing, we will be decrementing the C. By decrementing C, we are actually decrementing the content of C register, and the content of C register is having multiplier. So multiplier is being decremented by 1. And what we'll do, then we have to check whether the multiplier has become 0 or not. Meaning thereby, while decrementing C, after that we will check whether the content of C has become 0 or not. If the content of this becomes 0 after decrementing of C, the 0 flag will be set. But if decrementing C is not going to obtain the value of C as 0, so 0 flag will not set. If the 0 flag is not set, means if the multiplier is not equal to 0, it is going back. So jump on no 0 back. So if it is jump on no 0 back, by checking the value of the multiplier which is available in the C register, it will jump back. Once it will go back, again it will start the DAD operation, that is adding the result with the multiplicand. Previous result was 0.6. It is again added with 0.0006, and the multiplicand is 0.006. So it will become 0.010.0.012. Actually, it will not be 0.012. It will be in hexadecimal. So it will become C, 0.000C. And C will be decremented by 1. And again, it will be checked whether this multiplier value has become 0 or not. Now this process, this loop will carry on till the value of C register has become 0. Once the value of C register will become 0, then it will not go back, because when the value of C register will become 0, 0 flag will be set. And once the 0 flag will be set, it will not go and add DAD. But till the value of C is not 0, 0 flag is not set, and it will go back and it will execute this particular loop. But once this value becomes 0, what we are going to do, we are going to store the result into some memory location. What is the value of where the value of the result is? I have already mentioned that HL pair register will be used as a result to store the result. And we know the DAD operation, it is going to do add the content of D pair with the content of HL pair, and the result will be stored in the HL pair. So ultimately, after executing loop so many times, the result will be available in the HL pair. And once the multiplier value has become 0, the result will be available in the HL pair. We can store the value of the HL pair, which is actually the result after multiplication, which has been done by using successive addition, and the result will be stored in the 2500, meaning thereby the content of L register will be stored at 2500, and the content of H register will be stored in next memory location, that is 2501. So in this way, and then we have to halt. So as many steps are used in this flow chart, similarly with respect to individual steps, I have written the program. The second step of the flow chart is to get multiplier and get multiplicand. So first two line MVIC and LXIT is used to get multiplier and get multiplicand. Result is equal to 0, 0. So we are initializing the result, which will be stored in HL pair by 0, 0. Then we have to add the result with the multiplicand. So we are using DADD. We are decrementing the multiplier. So corresponding to this step, we have instruction DCRC. Now we have to check whether the multiplier has become 0 or not. So we are using this jump on no 0 back. And whenever we have to store the result, because when the 0 flag will be set, 0 flag will be 1, then it will not go back. It will come to the SHLD, whose purpose is to store the result at the successive memory location 2500 and 2501, and then end the program. This is the program for the multiplication. So moving ahead, after the multiplication program, let us go for the division program. Now, as already told you that we don't have any instruction by which we can do the division similar to the multiplication. And we know that multiplication and the division are the counterpart of each other, similar to addition and the subtraction. Addition is a kind of operation in which we are going to add. Subtraction is a kind of operation in which we are going to subtract. And the replacement of multiplication is successive addition. Similarly, replacement of division is successive subtraction. If we have to divide 8 by 4 and we don't know how to divide, then we can adopt the other methods to get the value of the result. So what we will do, if we want to divide 8 by 4, what we are going to do, we are going to subtract 4 from the 8 2 times. So we are going to subtract the value which is a divisor from the dividend till the resultant becomes 0, or till we are getting a remainder value which is less than the divisor. So with this particular concept, we can go for the program of division. So here I'm going to discuss the program for the successive division, which is actually successive subtraction, considering that the dividend is of 8-bit as well as divisor is also of 8-bit. So first of all, what we'll do, we will start the program, try to find out what is the value of the dividend, try to get what is the value of divisor, and then in case of uh, uh, division, we know what is the quotient value, because ultimately we have to find out the quotient value. Whenever we are doing successive subtraction from the dividend of the divisor, how many times we are going to subtract, it will be counted in the quotient. And the number of times it has been subtracted, it will be stored, it will be called as a quotient. If we are able to subtract the divisor from the dividend 3 times, it means the quotient will be value 3. If it is, we are able to subtract 4 times, so the quotient value will be 4. So what we are going to do, we are going to say that dividend is equal to dividend minus divisor. What do you mean by dividend and divisor? Divisor जिससे भाग दिया जाता है and dividend जिसमें भाग दिया जाता है. If I say that divide 8 by 4, it means dividend value is 8 and divisor value is 4. And the result, if you know the division, you know the quotient value will be 2 and the remainder value will be 0. So dividend is equal to dividend minus divisor, and then quotient will be equal to quotient plus 1 because it has been divided, it has been subtracted once. Now, after the dividend is subtracted by the divisor, dividend will be reduced. So at a time may come whether we have to check whether the dividend has become less than the divisor. If it is not so, we will continue this process. But once the dividend value has been less become from the divisor, whatever will be the value of dividend, that will be called a remainder, and we will store the quotient and the remainder into a certain memory location in the form of a result. So let us go for the program. So first of all, we have to get the dividend. So suppose there is an 8-bit number, as I told you, suppose 08 is the number and 08 is stored in the accumulator. And then we have to get the divisor. We have using C register for obtaining the divisor. Both are 8-bit numbers. Quotient, suppose I am using D register to store the quotient and it is initialized with 00. So D register is working as a quotient. Then what we are going to do, we are going to subtract dividend, we're going to subtract divisor from the dividend. Now dividend is available in accumulator and divisor is available in C register. So we will be using simple instruction, subtract C. What this is going to do, it is going to subtract the content of C register from the content of accumulator. The content of accumulator is dividend and the content of C register is divisor. So dividend is equal to dividend minus divisor, and the result will be stored in the accumulator. And then we are going to increase the value of the quotient. So we will increment the value of D by 1. So INR D will be going to increment the value of D by 1 so that it will be representing quotient is equal to quotient plus 1. Now we have to check whether the dividend has become less than the divisor. So what we'll do, we will compare C. C is having divisor and accumulator is having modified dividend. And we will do the process of subtracting, that is dividend is equal to dividend minus divisor till the value of dividend, that is content of accumulator, become less than the content of C. So we have to check whether the dividend has become less than the divisor. If dividend has not become less than divisor, then the carry flag will not set, because dividend is more than dividend minus divisor will be plus. So we will do a checking process whether the dividend is less than divisor, and for that we have to, by doing the comparison instruction, compare C. If the dividend value has become less, carry flag will be set. But if the dividend value is not less than the divisor, carry flag will not set. So what it will do, if carry flag is not set, it will go back, and back it will again going to do the same operation, subtract C, that is dividend is equal to dividend minus divisor, and going to increment the value of the quotient, that is quotient is equal to quotient plus 1, and again it is going to check whether the dividend has become less than 0 or not. If by the way the dividend has become less than 0, now if I've taken an example of 8 and 4, so accumulator is having 8 and C register is having 4, so 8 minus 4, the result will be 4. Quotient will become 1. Compare C, 0 carry flag will not set, it will again go. Now the new value of the dividend will be 4. So 4 minus 4, it will become 0. It will increment the value of the quotient will become 2. Now it is going to compare C. Now the accumulator content has become 0. Now 0 is compared with 4. So since 0 is compared with 4, so it means 0 is less than 4. So carry or the borrow flag will be set. If the carry or the borrow flag will be set, then it will not jump to the back. Where it will jump? It will jump to the next instruction, where we have to store the remainder. So we have stored the remainder, that is content of accumulator, into H, and then store the content of D into L. D, what is D? D is the quotient value into L. A is the remainder value into H, and then we will store this HL pair will be representing the total result. If we want to store this result, which is available in HL pair, H contains the remainder, L contains the quotient. If we want to store it somewhere in the memory location, we can use similarly SHLD instruction with some memory location, so that the dividend, so the quotient as well as the remainder will be stored in the successive memory location.